Okay, so sit yourself on your left and then come into a cross-leg position. So just adjust so that you feel like you're sitting evenly. Hold onto your knees, lift and open your chest. Just spend a few moments just feeling like you can really lift and elevate the spine upwards, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Just listen to the sound of your breath as it enters from the bottom of the lungs to the top of the lungs, and as it exits from the top of the lungs to the bottom of the lungs. As long as there are no problems with blood pressure or heart conditions, then at the top of the in-breath, just suspend the breath briefly. So just hold the breath for a second or two, but without any tension around here. It's literally like you just stop the breath and you kind of just suspend the breath, and then you release with the out breath. So suspend the breath for just 1 or 2 seconds. And then release with the out breath. As you release with the out breath, just let the diaphragm go. Just close your eyes for a few moments. Just continuing the cycle of retained inhalation. And then bring your hand into Namaste. You can continue with the retained inhalation, normal exhalation. That moment of retention, just bringing energy into the blood. But equally, just making you aware of the breath, drawing the breath into your consciousness, because you're doing something different with the breath. You're retaining the in-breath just very briefly and then letting go with the diaphragm with the out-breath and allowing the out-breath to just deflate. And then bring the breath back to a normal rhythm, just normal inhalations, normal exhalations, but breathing from the bottom of the lungs to the top of the lungs with the in-breath, and from the top of the lungs to the bottom of the lungs with the out-breath. And with an out-breath, draw your chin down to meet your chest. Lift your chest to meet your chin. Spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone. Just hold on to that feeling of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere, and release the backs of your hands down towards your knees. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open. Just hold onto your knees, lift and open the chest, drive your spine upwards. Take a deep inhalation and then turn in from the abdomen, turning the entirety of the torso from the base of the torso, from the abdomen to the ribs, to the shoulders, keeping the neck soft. Using the out breath to intensify the turn. And then come back to the center, lift and open the chest, drive the spine upwards. Take a good, strong, deep inhalation in through the nose. And then again, turn from the abdomen, turning so that the belly button points towards that left knee, and beyond it, using the out breath to intensify the turn. And then come back to the center. Just come off your lift and come into Adho Mukha virasana. Just spending a little time just observing the connection between the seat bones, the shin bones even, and the heels, wriggling into the inner heels so that you make really good contact with the seat bones, pressing the shins into the floor, sucking the outer thighs in, and then come forwards, hinging at the hips. Maintaining the connection between the seat bones and the heels, lifting the front chest, driving the sternum bone first towards the floor rather than the head. And then finally release the head down. Breathing from the bottom of the lungs to the top of the lungs. Bringing energy into the body with the in-breath. And then extending that energy into the limbs with the out breath. Come up onto your knees, have your hands as wide apart as your mat, and then have your feet as wide apart as your mat, and come up into dog down. Working in a breath-minded manner. Focusing on the breath, focusing on the in-breath that brings in the energy, and the out-breath that distributes that energy from the heart area. So activating the physical body in the way that we normally, with a focus on the breath. And then when you're ready, step the feet forwards. Just come up into a standing position. Get the blocks for your hands. And then when you're ready, come into half uttanasana. But again, with a focus on the breath. So using whatever equipment that you need to protect your back. Just raise your arms up. Focusing on the breath. So we're no longer retaining the breath. We're just observing it. Allowing energy to come in through the in-breath and then distributing it out from the heart area with the out-breath. Come forwards in an out-breath. And then just activate the legs, activate the chest, activate the head, activate the breath. Working with that breath-minded action. Radiating out from the heart area with the out breath. If you can come down lower, then do, but not at the expense of bending the knees or rounding the back. Bring in the energy with the in-breath. Distribute the energy from the heart area with the out-breath. If you can go down lower, then do. Just work with your own body, with a focus on the breath. Know for yourself when you've gone to the right level physically with the pose. And then maintain the pose. Don't feel like you've got there and that's it. Find more space using the breath. More space and more extension. Radiating out from the heart area. Go down further, you can draw your body between the two legs, holding onto your heels. Work breath-mindedly, really focusing on the physical body, but through the prism of the breath. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then bring your hands into your hips, bend your knees on the way up if you need to, and then come back into Tadasana. So just spend a few moments just bringing the breath back. Might make you feel a little bit dizzy coming up, standing up quickly. Just breathe evenly, maintaining the physical posture. We've been doing this for a long time now, so maintain your physical posture. And focus on breath mindedness, bringing in energy with the in-breath and distributing it from the heart area with the out-breath. There's a distinct warming effect that comes from the heart area radiation. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest, and then step or jump your feet apart nice and wide. Turn your left toes in, your right leg and foot all the way out. Just spend a little time just to focus on things that you remember from the pose. So I'm not going to tell you anything. I want you to just be there and start to physicalize the pose using the moments of learning from previous sessions. Just focusing on the breath, bringing in energy with the in-breath, radiating it out with the out-breath. Go down on an out-breath. Keep your head looking downwards, so look at the floor a meter or so away from your foot. Work the physical body with an emphasis on the inhalation and exhalation. Even though you're looking down, turn the chest up. Come up on an in-breath. Just release your arms just for a moment, swap your feet around. Go really wide with your legs. Go back to the breath. Incorporate those physical learnings of the previous sessions. And then come down, find the shin, look down at the floor. Turn the chest to face the ceiling. Radiating out from the heart area. And then drop the top hand on the big toe side of the foot. Maybe bend your knee if you need to. Bring the palms flat on the floor. Turn the back leg all the way out. And then step back into top down. Maintaining the breath-minded action. Drawing in your energy from the in-breath, radiating it out from the heart area with the out-breath. Perhaps you start to feel the lightness of the limbs when you focus on radiating that breath energy into the body. Wherever you feel there are problems developing, observe them. Recognize them in the mirror limb. Recognize where else you maybe need to work to overcome those problems. Okay, come down onto your knees. Just sit back on your heels. And then just lift the chest up. Feel the lightness within the chest. And then come forwards into Adho Mukha virasana. And then come back up onto your seat bones. We're going to go into headstand. If you're not doing headstand today, then do supta baddhakonasana, laying on your back with your feet together and your knees apart. It's best to avoid headstand if you're on a period. If you've got eye or ear infections or high or low blood pressure that's not being controlled with medication, all of those things, it's best to avoid going upside down for any prolonged length of time. You can do the preparation stage briefly if you want to, or just go into supta baddhakonasana. Otherwise, just bring your elbows onto the floor, wide as the shoulders, no wider. Interlock the fingers, either using the wall or just using whatever you would normally use to support you. And then when you're ready, bring yourself up from the top of the head onto the floor, push your head into your hands, turn your toes under, suck the shoulder blades in, and then come up. And then go back to the breath. Bringing energy in with the in-breath, radiating it out from the heart area with the out-breath. Accepting the in-breath as you would a gift. And then just gently bringing yourself out of your headstand. Just stretching into Adho Mukha, virasana with your head down on the floor. If there's stiffness or any discomfort in your neck, come up onto the fingertips to give you space in the neck. And then come up into a seated position. Get your bolster and then sit yourself back into supta, baddhakonasana. Have a blanket for your head if it rolls back. So pull your feet in and then just guide yourself, lifting your chest as you go down along your bolster, and then have space to the side to just release your arms. So just make sure that you're using your bolster so that it's comfortable for your back. Don't cram your lumbar into the bolster if there's discomfort. So you might have to come in and out a couple of times just to really find your comfortable position. And then just release your arms into the floor. Support your thighs if there's stiffness in your hips, otherwise just let the feet fall, let the knees fall apart. And go back to the breath. So this very simple breath work is really effective in inversion. So I don't know if you noticed, going upside down gave you a different experience of the exhalation perhaps. Maybe the exhalation felt more like you were almost inflating a lilo. Just maintaining the connection to the in-breath and the heart radiance of the energy of that breath with the out-breath. So we're going to begin to extend the length of the in-breath, not necessarily in time, but from we're going to introduce apanic extension. So we're going to breathe from the perineum all the way up to the collarbone with the in-breath. And then with the out-breath, still radiating out from the heart area, you're going to draw the out-breath from the collarbone down towards the perineum. So spend a little time to incorporate the apanic breath. The in-breath remains the energy distributor. The in-breath remains the energy origin. In a moment, we're going to incorporate some viloma inhalations. So it's as though we're from the perineum to the collarbone, there is a ladder, and we walk up one step at a time. And then we retain the breath and we continue that way, walking up the ladder until the lungs are full. And then just a normal exhalation. So it's an interrupted in-breath. So if your in-breath is usually 15 seconds, then your in-breath will maybe become 30. So you inhale a little, stop at that step. Without exhaling, you inhale again, stop at that step. And then you continue with that process until you reach the top of the chest and until the lungs are full. And then normal apanic exhalations. So whenever you're ready, take a normal in-breath, normal out-breath, and then an apanic inhalation with those stops in between, those pauses. Again, those suspensions should be without any strain. Just gentle suspension of the breath. After a little while, those retentions become similar to that exhalation where you distribute the energy around the body. So observe the observe the retentions and how they feel as though they radiate out into the body. It's not necessarily from the heart area, but from the point of the retention. To maximize the breath benefits, the suspension must be soft, without grip, and then you can release the energy outwards. Just a few more cycles. then bring the breath back to a normal rhythm, normal exhalations, normal inhalations. And then when you're ready, just gently draw your knees together, push your elbows into the floor, and then bring yourself up into a seated position. Just be in crossed legs. Hold onto your knees. Just listen to the breath. And with an exhalation, turn to the right side. Using the out breath as though you're inflating a lilo, inflating into the arms and the legs. Gently come back to the center, hold onto your knees, lift and open the chest, take a good deep inhalation and then turn to the left. And then come back to the center. Get your blanket for your head and then stretch yourself out into your sirvasana. Have the blanket underneath your head, underneath the back of the neck, and then bring yourself down into sirvasana. Let the body go. Just tune yourself into your inner state, observing how you are feeling. Just spend a few moments drawing in thoughts of people, places, and things that bring you positive energy. Holding them in your heart area, accumulating the positive energy, and then moving on to the next, and on to the next. So with each item, spend a moment being there with that item, and then silently say to yourself, I thank you for this blessing. Just observing the positive energy you create, drawing those positive thoughts into your heart area, accumulating a sense of positive abundance. And when you're ready, just rest in that positive abundance, using your out breath to distribute it around your body. And when you're ready to disturb yourself, just gently wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. Bend your knees, bring your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. Just a gentle massage on the spine. Just a grounding massage, just bringing you back into the room, into the body. And then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg. Come back up into a seated position. Just bringing the hands into Namaste, a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose, down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you released through your practice this morning, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy, that the extensions, the forward bends, the twists, the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Just spend a moment acknowledging the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel as though you have just really centered your energy. You've accumulated lots of good, positive energy for the rest of your day, and you've got lots of energy to put into what you do. Thank you for joining me.